Okay, so I've had a bunch of people ask me what are ways that I like to cook salmon. And so I'm going to go through probably my favorite way. First thing is I have to turn on Trampled by Turtles, some music so I have good music in the background. The second thing is you get your rice going. And I like to add like a half a tablespoon or so of, this is an African jerk curry type thing. It's by Reggae Spice Company. Or you can just use a little bit of curry powder. It doesn't matter, just a little bit. Gives the rice a little bit of flavor. Get the rice going, set it aside. And then I'm gonna cut up some carrots, red onion, yellow onion or white onion, and then some broccoli heads. And then put some garlic with I just put the garlic on there because I'm gonna dump it all on. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is take my vegetables, put it in a bowl, and then just add some olive oil to it. I'm gonna coat it with olive oil and then add a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, I put it all in a bowl. I'm gonna take some olive oil, put it on it. You're gonna use a decent amount like that because then I'm just gonna take and stir it all up to get that olive oil all over everything. And then again, like I said, I'll put a little bit of salt and pepper, just a touch. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is, hopefully you guys can see that with that side angle, and take my salmon, and I use my own salmon that I caught up in Alaska. And I like to skin my salmon. So if you have fresh salmon, you could do that too. And the way I skin it is I'll take my knife and I'll kind of come down and then go right along the edge. And if you hold on to the skin, you can usually pull it right through. And then what you have at the end, notice when I was working that, I worked the knife back and forth. Anyway, I just have a thing of skin, and then I'm gonna have my salmon fillet with no skin on it. And then I'm gonna take the salmon and I'm gonna cut it into strips. So it's little strips like that are skinless. All right, take the next piece. And if you're not already boneless, then you can worry about the bones, pulling those out. I'll show you how I do that here in a little bit. A lot of the store-bought stuff will already be boneless, so that's not as big of an issue, but it's easier to get the bones out beforehand with this style. It's kind of a pain. If you have a pair of pliers, by the way, that's the best way to hold on to those tails because they can be slick and hard to keep a hold of. Throw that in there. We're getting there. Now that I have the salmon sliced into thin fillets, I'm going to take some olive oil, put it on the salmon, and then I'm going to take blackened seasoning and creole seasoning. And it really doesn't, I haven't found that it matters which brand I use, but I put on a liberal amount. And the reasoning is that when you're putting it with the rice, other than that little bit of curry seasoning with the rice, and again, if you don't have the curry stuff, that's not the end of the world. I used to do this without any seasoning in the rice for a long time. But then you're just gonna mix this up. That seasoning will seep down into the rice and onto the vegetables too. So I wanna get that nice and coated, and I can see that it actually needs some more. So I'm gonna add a little bit more. I usually do about even, maybe a little bit more of the creole. And then definitely have to wash those off afterwards. And then we'll go out to the grill. Okay, I have my Blackstone on. I heat it up so it's nice and hot. You want medium high to high. I've got my vegetables, and all that olive oil helps it to not stick, and so you don't have to coat it up. Put that out there, spread it around. And then I'm going to take my salmon and put it on as well. And now this is going to cook really fast. You want to flatten this out or spread it out because it is going to cook fast. So I have this flattened out. And this stuff, I mean, it's going to cook really fast, especially those thin pieces. The vegetables are going to take just a little bit longer. But this thin stuff, I mean, it's going to be almost done in, I mean, just a couple minutes. The last thing you want to do is overcook salmon. But you'll see it. It'll start cooking through pretty easy here. Get it spread out so that it's all in contact with the grill. And I could even add just a little bit more olive oil to help it cook here. I love the taste of olive oil anyway. But again, vegetables spread out so that it's all getting sauteed there. See some of these pieces, you can see that right there. That's starting to be done already. That's ready to flip. So once these are ready to flip, you flip each piece over. Oh, that was stuck together. See, that one's gonna be ready in just about 30 seconds. Let that cook for just a little bit. Okay, salmon is pretty much done. Yep, so we'll take that off, and then veggies just have a couple of more minutes, and then take those off. Okay, the rice is done, salmon is done, vegetables are done. And take a little bit of rice, put it in the bowl. A little more rice, some vegetables. A little hard with the thing. And some salmon. Put it on top. And give me some more vegetables here. Okay, that was proving to be difficult with one hand, so I just went ahead and did it. Excuse me. And that's what it looks like. And you can mix it up. The rice mixes in with the seasoning really well. The vegetables. And this is one of my favorite ways to eat salmon. I am ready to eat. This stuff is awesome. So good and so healthy.